We begin with the latest development in singer Zubeen Garg's death probe. 2 accused have been arrested. That's the latest we have for you. The event organizer being one of them and the manager being the other who has been arrested. NDTV has accessed the first images of the accused after being arrested. Now, Shyamkanu Mahanta, the organizer of the Northeast India Festival in Singapore, has been arrested. Mahanta was arrested at the Delhi airport as he landed from Singapore. Siddhartha Sharma, Zubeen Garg's manager, on the other hand, was coming from Rajasthan to Delhi and was detained at Gurugram toll at about 1 o'clock in the morning. Both the accused have been brought to Guwahati, where they were produced before the court and have been sent to 14 days of CID remand. In an exclusive conversation, MP Gupta, Special DGP and SIT head spoke to NDTV on the developments, on the arrests and on the probe. Listen in.
We have registered a case in the CID police station and we have been investigating it. And during the course of investigation, prima facie, certain materials were found, and on that basis, we have arrested these 2 persons, Shyamkanu Mahanta and Siddhartha Sharma. Upon arrest, we had produced the 2 accused persons before the court of Chief Judicial Magistrate, and the court perused all the relevant document and case diaries of the investigation, and the investigating officer had submitted an application for police remand for further questioning and to unearth the entire facts. On the basis of the application of the investigating officer and after perusal of the case diary and other records, the learned Chief Judicial Magistrate has granted 14 days of police remand. An allegation against an Indian citizen is filed about committing an offence abroad, then the Indian law enforcement agencies have jurisdiction over the accused persons to investigate. And of course, as far as the investigation in Singapore is concerned, we have already initiated the process of mutual legal assistance request as per the existing treaty between India and Singapore, and we will follow the process, the legal process for the collection of required evidence from Singapore as per the mutual legal treaty existing between the 2 countries.
And Zubeen Garg's wife also spoke to NDTV on the arrest of the 2 accused. Here's what she said.
अभी इन लोगों से पूछताछ करके सब कुछ निकालना चाहिए एक्चुअली क्या हुआ था. We have to know that, and that's the investigation is on. So law will take its own way and it will proceed that way. So we all should cooperate. That's the thing.
All right, like I said, there have been 2 arrests in the case. The first is of the manager of Zubeen Garg and the other is the organizer of the event that was to take place in Singapore. Let's tell you more about them. The first accused who has been arrested is Shyamkanu Mahanta, and he was the organizer of the Singapore Fest, and he was on the yacht with Zubeen, and he was arrested on his arrival from Singapore from the Delhi airport. When he reached there, he has been sent to 14 days of CID custody. Now, the second person that we are also going to tell you about is Siddhartha Sharma. He's Zubeen's manager. He was on the yacht with Zubeen. Sharma was arrested near Gurugram and he was sent to 14-day CID custody as well. That's more details on Siddhartha Sharma that I just brought to you. He was on the yacht with Zubeen and he has been arrested as well. Saurabh now joins me live from Jorhat. Saurabh, first we're going to talk about the investigations in this case and then we'll come to you more on what is happening in Jorhat at the moment. So very quickly, the focus of course is on these arrests, but the investigations also on a war footing that the top cops have promised in Singapore as well, where the death took place.
Absolutely. This is an investigation that's now also picking up pace. And given that today is, of course, the day when the 13-day rituals are observed, there are a lot of fans of Zubeen Garg who've also been speaking otherwise and demanding action and accountability from those who they believe are responsible for negligence, if not criminal intent. Now, there is also, this is something that the police are now investigating. In fact, we heard the top cop from Assam talking about the status of the investigation, the line it's taking, and of course, he couldn't share as much details as perhaps everybody or the fans would have liked, given that there is also the law and the integrity of the investigation. But all of that is happening, and these two individuals are people who've been named in multiple FIRs in the complaints that have been filed. And primarily, they have a key role in at least ensuring everyone who's going there, is safe. Their safety is ensured. The fact that there were certain lapses that are visible is something that perhaps also there has to be accountability for, and that's something that the investigation is focusing on, which is why you see the arrest of these two individuals, Shyamkanu Mahanta and Siddhartha Sharma, who's of course Zubeen Garg's manager.
Saurabh, do stay with me while we also tell our viewers why you are in Jorhat this morning and afternoon. Weeks after celebrated singer Zubeen Garg passed away, his Adya Shraddha, or his post-death ceremony, is taking place today in Jorhat. That's why you have Saurabh reporting from the area. Remember, Zubeen passed away on the 19th of September in a swimming incident in Singapore that is now being, of course, probed both in Singapore as well as investigations carry on in the state of Assam. Thousands of admirers are currently paying homage to the late singer. The ceremony began at about 8 o'clock. Zubeen Garg had a special connection with Jorhat, from where he started his musical journey. As part of the arrangements, Zubeen's ashes will be kept at that public venue in Jorhat for 3 days until the 4th of October, allowing fans and admirers to pay their last respects. The state government has also announced plans to construct a second memorial in Jorhat to permanently honor the icon's contribution to music and to cinema. Saurabh still with us. Saurabh, tell us more about the significance of this ceremony taking place in Jorhat for Zubeen, and tell us more about the fans that have gathered to pay their last respects to him.
Well, if I can just ask my camera person to show you, there are, of course, lines that are coming in from all the way behind the stadium. The middle of the stadium has been kept empty, but all across there are lines of people that are coming in. And of course, on this side is where you can see the ashes that you mentioned have been kept here in this central part of the stadium. And of course, in that glass box that you see, there is of course these ashes that have been kept here. And of course, there's a tribute that's being paid to Zubeen Garg and his and of course his music, his memory. His family is here. Accepting the condolences on behalf of the family members are here. His wife is also here. And on the other side now, if I'd like to show you the other side as well, there is, of course, a tribute. And like I said, he's not just a musician, not just a singer. He's an icon, a cultural icon, someone who's revered. And these are the tributes that are taking place. There are artists who've come in here who are painting, Zubeen Garg's images, and they're also, sort of ensuring that he of course is immortalized in these paintings, and therefore they're of course on that job there, making sure that he is of course remembered. And these are also, the iconic photographs, including, the one with the Assamese gamosa, which is, of course, a traditional Assamese attire. And these images of Zubeen Garg also here. But I also have with me a very young fan, someone who met Zubeen Garg, and he's also been doing this here, playing out, of course, drawing this painting. But also he's played the flute for Zubeen Garg, and therefore I'd ask him, आपने पेंटिंग तो बनाया है पूरे रात से, लेकिन आप जुबीन दा के साथ ये फ्लूट भी प्ले किए हैं, तो थोड़ा हमें क्या आपने उनको सुनाया था और क्या उन्होंने बोला था, ये बताइए.
ठीक है, मैं जो सुनाया था मैं सुना देता हूँ.
क्या बोला था जुबिंदा ने आपने जब ये बजाया?
जुबिंदा ने बोला था कि तू अभी छोटा है, जब तू बड़ा हो जाएगा तब मैं तेरे को अपने साथ 10 साल के बाद अपने साथ लेके जाऊंगा, वो बोला था मेरे को.
And there are many like him, fans who are paying tribute in their own way. And also there is multi-faith prayers going on. Zubeen Garg was also about humanity, bringing people together. And that is something that he lived by. His life was an example of that. And even in his passing, as Assam mourns the loss of an icon, the spirit of humanity, togetherness, oneness is reflected in these tributes. A multi-faith prayer, a child playing music, paintings of Zubeen Garg on the wall. Everything is about the tribute to this icon that Assam has lost.
This Poinchi, of course, is there, but we've also got a first reaction on the arrest, which, of course, in a way is the biggest development in the investigations today. You've had a word with her, the NDTV team rather has had a word with her. Tell us very quickly about what she had to say.
Zubeen Garg's wife, Garima Garg, also responded. In fact, while she was on her way here, we had the opportunity to speak to her very briefly. Of course, the family is, completely shaken. They're in grief. But they did take out some time to share their thoughts. They said the law will take its course. Garima Garg did say the law will take its course. There has to be a proper investigation. Earlier, she had spoken to my colleague Ratnadeep, and there, of course, she had raised certain questions. The death was mysterious. The fact that she wasn't aware of this yacht party, those questions still need to be answered, and that's what the investigation is focused on, and that's what Garima Garg said. She welcomed the arrests.
All right, Saurabh, thanks for joining us live from Jorhat.